Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter, and the name of our chapter is Physical and Chemical Changes. Now we all know in our nature, in our surrounding, in our day-to-day activities, we can see changes occurring in this physical world. So these changes are not only physical, there are also some chemical reasons behind it. So we'll be discussing how these changes occur in the nature, what is the root cause behind it, and how these changes help us in our you can say day-to-day activities, as well as in the formation of this world, or even in the universe itself. So all this we'll be discussing, and the day-to-day activities, how they occur, how the substances are created, how they change their form. All this thing we'll be discussing in this chapter. So let us begin. So in the introduction, it is quite obvious. We'll be discussing what are the physical changes and what are the chemical changes. What are their, you can say, the traits or the properties? How can we say that this change is physical and this change is chemical? So all this we'll be discussing in today's class. So first of all, let us see what are physical changes. But before that, let us be clear that in nature, whatever changes are there, they are mainly classified into two kinds. We all already know what are those two kinds. From the chapter name itself, we have understood it. That first is called the physical change, and the other is called the chemical change. So let us discuss them one by one. So first is the physical changes. So a change that changes only the physical properties of the substance without making any change in their internal structure is called a physical change. Some examples are given. Physical change include boiling of water, melting of an ice cube, etc. So what happens in a physical change is that the physical properties of the substance only changes, means the outer structure. Internally, the atoms or the bondings, all these things, that doesn't change. They remain as it is. And iron will not become water. Clear? Yeah, of course the iron's shape may change. We can change the shape of the iron or any other physical substances. We can change it by various processes. But that doesn't mean totally the substance will change. So let us see the properties or traits, you can say. Properties such as shape, size, color, and state of the substance is called the physical properties. Yes. The changes that occur mainly occurs in the physical properties of the substance. Say, for example, the shape may change, the size of the substance may change, the color may change, or the state of the substance may change. Yes. Say, for example, there are three states we already know. That is the liquid, gas, and the other one is solid. So the state of the substance can change. So a physical change is generally reversible. Reversible means if we change its state, as we know, we can change its state. We can bring back the state again. Say, for example, melting. We can melt an ice cube, as well as we can also prepare another ice cube. Clear? The next point says, in a physical change, no new substances are formed, although the state of the substance might change from one state to the other. Okay. Say, for example, the boiling of water. In boiling of water, what happens is that evaporation process takes place. But can we get back that water which has been boiled? Yes, we can, through the process called condensation. Through condensation, again we can get back that water. So what we have seen here is that in the boiling of water, the water was in the liquid state. As soon as it boiled, it changed to the gaseous state. Then again through condensation, it will be brought back to the liquid state. Similarly, in the melting of an ice cube, as soon as the ice starts melting, it has changed from the solid state to the liquid state. But if we again freeze it, if we freeze it again in a freezer or something like that, or decrease the temperature, then again that melting water will again freeze into an ice. So you can see here the total change of the whole process is reversible. You can change from one state to the other, again back to the normal state. So all this we can do in the case of physical change. So here the shape has changed, sizes change, even color can change, as well as the state of the substance changes. So if all these traits are seen in any process that occurs in our nature, then that changes are called the physical change. Now moving on to the next change, that is chemical changes. What happens in a chemical change? Unlike the physical change, here we get totally a new product or a new substance. Not only a single substance, we may even get a variety of substances. So such a change where not only the structure of the substance, but as well as its chemical composition, everything changes. I mean, it is totally a new substance that we get from it. Then such type of a change is called a chemical change. It is also called sometimes a chemical reaction. Say for example, digesting food, burning wood, baking a cake, curdling of milk, rusting of iron. So one of the prominent here is rusting of iron. We have already seen what is rusting of an iron. We have seen that even in our homes also, in the iron substances. So in the iron substances, what happens is that there the rust occurs due to moisture and air. So even though iron is a solid thing, as soon as rust process or the rusting process occurs, it changes to a different substance. It is no more iron. Its chemical properties has changed. Also its shape, size, color, everything changes. And we can't get back iron from the rust. Can we? No. Similarly, curdling of milk. From milk itself we get curd. But can we get back milk from the curd? No. We can get curd from the milk, but we can't get milk from the curd. Similarly, baking a cake with the help of some baking soda, we can bake a cake. But can we get back that baking soda? No. Similarly, digestion of food. As soon as we intake food, the foods get digested in our stomach. But can we get back that food from our stomach? No. So in chemical changes, the clear difference we can see that we can't get back that same substance. It is totally changed into a new substance, and everything, its chemical composition, everything has changed, and it is totally irreversible. It cannot be reversed back. Now moving on to the next point. In addition to new products, not only new substances are formed, some other things may also occur in a chemical change. Let us see what are those. First is heat, light, or any other radiation, say for example ultraviolet, may be given off or absorbed. Yes, we have already known, or we already know, we can say, that in a chemical reaction some heat is evolved. In the formation of this, you can say, neutralization process, where salt and acid, or you can say this, base and acid forms the salt, there also some heat is released. Why it is released? Because it is a chemical change. It is a chemical reaction. Sodium chloride and hydrochloric acid, not sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, after they react, we don't get back hydrochloric or sodium hydroxide. We get what? We get salt, NaCl, sodium chloride. So it is totally a new substance, and in that we get heat and light. Although light is not there, but we get some other outproducts. So whenever there is heat, light, or any other such radiation occurring in a change, so that type of change is definitely a chemical change. The next point says sound may be produced. Yes, sound may also occur. Sound means like bursting, Say for example the bursting of the crackers. Why does the sound occurs? Because there is some chemicals inside that firecracker. So not only the firecracker blasts itself, but there is also sound produced. But can we get back that firecracker after it get blast? No. It is a chemical change. We cannot get back that old substance. The next thing, a change in smell may take place or a new smell may be given off. Yes. There are some chemical changes where the smell of the original substance was something else and the new product that we get, its smell or its odor totally changes. In such a case also we can say that chemical change has occurred. The next point, a color change may take place. Yes, obviously the color may change. Say for example, again we'll go back to that acid and base in the case of litmus solution and all those indicators that we have used. All those changes were the chemical changes. There were no physical changes, they were chemical changes. The change of the color of the indicators is due to the chemical change, because the chemical composition of acid and base is totally different. Last but not the least, a gas may be formed. Yes. Generally, what type of gases are formed? Some light gases like hydrogen or carbon dioxide or even sulfur dioxide or something like that. So such type of gases may be evolved during a chemical change. So we'll be discussing further with the help of some examples in the next class regarding these physical and chemical changes, so that it will be more clear to us, as well as these properties will be more clear to us. So till then, you go through these chemical and physical changes and try to see for yourself in the nature or the environment surrounding you what type of changes are occurring in our day-to-day life and how do these changes occur, whether they are physical change or chemical change. You can check by yourself. So that's it then for today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.